In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Kung Fu iron rings we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to be talking about what they are, what they're used for, what styles use them, and at the end I'm going to show you a short montage of people training with the Kung Fu iron rings. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 33 years and the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 16 years. If you like this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner of the video, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the Kung Fu iron rings we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. These iron rings pop up in Kung Fu films all the time, you see them now and again, but they've probably been made the most famous recently in Kung Fu Hustle. So there was a guy in there with a crazy amount of rings on his arms doing like a southern style of Kung Fu. So since then we've had a lot more requests for the iron rings. Now what are they used for? What's the point of these? A lot of people say, oh, they're a weapon, they use them as a weapon. And in a lot of films you do see people using them as a weapon. But actually they're a type of weight training device. So they're like a kind of traditional Chinese like ankle weight or wrist weights. That's what they're used for. So you just load up your arms with rings, start off with one to start with and build up 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And then you get way more weight on your arm and you can barely move your arms and it feels like your shoulders are going to explode. But that's the point of them. So it's a weight training device that you can build up the weight incrementally over time. Now depending on the length of your forearm, you could probably get about 10 on, maybe even more if you've got really long forearms. And that's quite a weight, especially if you're going to then be training forms, drills, like Kung Fu techniques. That's a hell of a weight to have on your arms. People wouldn't train with these all the time, like 8 hours a day. They'd probably do short sessions with them on for a bit of weight training, maybe at the end of the day, just to build up some strength in the arms. I mean, even with that extra weight on your arms, it's still going to help with building leg strength, back strength. Really, really good traditional training kit for Kung Fu. Now mainly you see these in southern styles. You do see them cropping up in Shaolin as a bit of training kit, but mainly it's in the southern styles. See them a lot in like Hung Gar styles like that. Do you use them in Mantis? Southern Mantis, they probably use them, don't they? Yeah, so styles like Southern Mantis, you'll see them in like a lot of the Gar styles like Chow Gar, Hung Gar, Mok Gar, stuff like that. So a lot of the southern styles will use these rings as a bit of training kit. Now those guys also tend to be a bit stockier, so they've got a bit more muscle mass. Up in the north where there's loads of kicking, it's like very lean guys, very long legs, really fast. In the south do tend to be a little bit stockier, carrying more mass, and one of the reasons for that is training with iron rings. Now one of the benefits you get from training with iron rings is you actually get to kind of strengthen up your arms a bit. Now the extra weight on your arms will help strengthen the bone, but the fact that the rings are sliding up and down your arms does help with conditioning. Now it can really hurt if you're punching out hard, smacking into the back of your fist, that can be quite sore, but also sliding back up onto your forearm also can get a bit sore. So it really helps with conditioning the skin, conditioning the forearm up and down as it's sliding up and down your arm. Now obviously as you're building up the amount of rings that you've got on your arm, you're going to get slightly less sliding, but there still is a hell of a lot of weight sliding up and down against that bone there, so that's quite sore. One thing you'll also notice is it's quite noisy. So if you've got neighbours that don't like a lot of noise, maybe you want to train with these inside, or maybe go out to the park where you can train in peace. But one thing you will not get when training with these is quiet, peaceful tranquility. At Enso Martial Arts we have 3 types of rings that we sell. We have the 3-inch, we have the 3.5-inch and the 4-inch. Now the 4-inch are really big, they can actually slip past your elbow and all the way up your arm. So unless if you've got huge forearms, you probably don't need the 4-inch. 3.5-inch, as you can see, sits on the forearm, and then the 3-inch doesn't go down that far. So 3.5-inch, 3-inch are the most popular. 4-inch aren't so popular unless if you've got enormous forearms. Now, if you're interested in conditioning, which you will get from training with the iron rings, you might want to try some dip dar oil just to help heal your arms up. Just helps with a little bit of swelling, helps harden the skin a little bit. So yeah, worth thinking about getting some dip dar if you're buying or training with the iron rings. So the dimension of these is pretty self-explanatory. It's simply just the internal length of the ring. So these ones here, 3 inches on the inside. So the 3.5 inch and the 4 inch follow suit. Now the weights of these, worth knowing the weights. So the 3 inch are 550 grams and the 3.5 and 4 inch go up respectively. So as promised at the beginning of the video, here is a short montage of people training with the iron rings in Kung Fu. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about the Kung Fu iron rings we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. If you like this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner of the video, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much and I'll see you soon. Cheers!